The mural that I painted for the exhibition was it was both an opportunity and a problem because it's a giant high visibility wall here on this walkway, and so I knew that like, it's basically a introduction to the idea of what's happening on the other side of the wall in the show. But I am not a painter, and so, or when I do paint, I use spray paint, and it's like a very different technique, and I couldn't do it indoors because it's toxic, and I'm sure at least 20 rules would have been violated. So like, it's a big, beautiful wall, and I don't actually know how to paint very well with a paintbrush and a thing. And so when I started it, I just thought like, well, if I do a terrible job, it just makes sense because I don't know how to do this. And I just began with like painting like this, and then we'll look at the giant blank wall. The first thing I wrote on it was just a note saying I'm going to paint a mural here to help generate interest in my show that's happening on the other side of the wall. And I figured I got the wall, I like made a mess on the wall with that statement, and then I had to back it up and get going on it. So when I first started, I was feeling miserable about painting. I thought, this is not my style, this is not what I do. But by the end of 2 weeks, I now want to paint. I want to go like set up and do a painting like in the classic sense, because I've been doing this so much that like even when I close my eyes and fall asleep, I have a little moment of like just the echo of what I've been doing all day long, and it's like I can it's perfect for retirement. Like I can sit on a porch and just be one of those guys that paints. But yeah, so it is a wide variety. The biggest thing I tried to do was to show that what the show looks like with a depiction of the show on this side of the wall. Covered some of the major concepts and characters in the books in a free-floating collection of house paints that were all in the basement here. From the very beginning, from the first bit of paint, there's been a steady stream of viewers that often I was so caught up in painting that I didn't even notice who was looking, but every time I looked around there was somebody holding a phone picture, to the point where I just finally wrote hashtag on there, which is a word I don't even use that often, and I used to tease my kids by calling it the pound sign. Like when everyone was hashtagging things, I'm like, pound sign or number. Yeah, so it's been great. I mean, it's a wide variety of witnesses to the process that have been viewed through these windows. When I first started too, it was like a big wall. Like sketch something out, and then when I wanted to stand back to just see what the proportion was, I could only go as far as the windows. And then when I went outside, there was all windows and stuff, so I never saw the whole thing. It's like, I don't know, I call it the learning wall, because I learned how to deal with it.